artist, I'm Mariana Olsen, and today we're drawing a folding surprise chimney. Are you ready? Let's do this! Okay, we're gonna need paper, something to color with. I'm using markers, and something to draw with. I will use a black marker that you can change for a pencil. We're gonna start folding the paper in half. Then we're gonna take the bottom part and fold in half again. Now we're gonna flip it over and fold one more time, and then we're gonna open it, we're gonna flip it, and we're gonna start drawing right here. Hello little artists, today we're drawing a folding surprise chimney. This is also can be a letter for Santa. We are gonna need a black marker to start this lesson, and we're gonna start on the outside part. The first thing I'm gonna do is draw the Santa hat that is just sticking out of the chimney. On the left side, we're gonna leave a big space, about 3 fingers, and we're gonna draw a circle. This circle is the end of the hat right here. We're gonna leave a little bit of a space, and we're gonna draw a curve right here. Now I'm gonna leave about 4 or 5 finger space from you, and we're going to try to draw that same curve without crossing the folding part on the other side. And now I want to rotate my paper a little, and I want to go doing a curve to the other side. Just like that. Now that I have this top part, we're going to join from this corner to the circle. So I want to start going in a little, and I want to curve until I touch the middle of the circle. And in this corner, I'm just gonna do a little line that goes up in a curve. And I wanna join the circle with a little line to this one. Now we're gonna do the chimney, and for that, we're gonna go underneath the circle part. Underneath the folding part, I wanna do a curve like this. And on the other side of the hat, the same thing. I wanna pass the hat, and I'm going to do a curve without crossing the folding part. Now I want to try to join these 2 curves by doing the snow that is on top of the chimney. So it's going to look like this. I want to start doing curves that go up and down without touching the fold part. And these curves can be different. They don't have to be the same sizes. We're just going to try to play with them until we get to the other side. It's going to look something like this. And now we're gonna do the brick part of the chimney. So I'm gonna go underneath this curve, and I'm gonna do a line until I get to the end of the paper, and the same thing in the other side. Now we're gonna do the texture of the chimney. I wanna start on the left side, and without touching this line, I wanna do kind of like a rectangle shape, and I wanna connect here. I wanna imagine this line passing behind, and I touch this one. I want to continue doing bricks here, so I'm going to leave a space in between, and we're going to continue doing these rectangle shapes that they have round corners. And if something touch like here, if the snow gets on the way, you just imagine those lines go in behind. We're going to overlap a little bit. So I'm going to leave a space again. I'm going to do another one. And I want to try to make them the same size or similar sizes here. So the last one I'm going to imagine is passing in behind the snow, and it almost connect with the end of the bricks. Now underneath here, the next brick, I want to do it in between the space that I have here, okay? So I'm going to leave a little bit of a space at the end, and I'm going to trace this rectangle shape right in between the 2 shapes I have on the top. Now I want to leave a space, and I want to continue doing my rectangle shape now here. Again, it just gets kind of like in between these 2, and we're gonna do one more right here. Now let's do one more line underneath these ones. We're gonna do the same idea. I want to start here on the bottom without touching the end of the paper, and this time I'm not gonna trace the bottom line. Okay, we're gonna do it again here. And at the end, I'm going to try to copy this idea, put part of the brick. So I'm just going to go 1 and 2. Now that I have the outside part, let's open the paper. We're going to start first by doing a line that go underneath this one, cross the folding part, and go kind of like in the middle of this one. We're gonna do the same idea in the other side. I'm gonna curve and go in the center, and I'm gonna leave a space here. This space is where his nose is gonna go, and I'm gonna do kind of like a U shape or a C shape right here. Now the space that I have here is very little. We're just gonna fit there the eyes, okay? So the eyes are gonna go here next to the nose, and they're gonna be two upside down letter U's, and I'm gonna pass the marker twice just to make the eyes look a little thicker. And now I want to draw the eyebrows on the top part of my folding part. So these eyebrows are two rectangle shapes. They're pointing a little bit up, so they're a little sideways, and the corners are rounded, okay? So she's pointing a little bit up, and in the other side I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do this rectangle shape, round corners, just like this, okay? Now we're going to mark the separation between the hat and the face. So in between the two eyebrows, I'm just gonna pass a line. I'm gonna imagine this line comes in behind and connects with the hat, and the same thing here. Now let's do the mustache from this corner, and I'm gonna try to go here and connect with the middle of the nose. Now let's do the same thing from this corner. I wanna come down here and connect with the middle of the nose. And in between these, we're gonna do a curved line for the mouth. So before we draw his beard, we're gonna draw the mittens. We're gonna do a shape that goes like this. Around and come back up. You see, I did a little bit of a pointy here on the right side. Now I wanna repeat that shape now, leaving a little bit of a space on the right side. Okay, so I'm gonna start on the top. I'm gonna go around, kind of like doing a U shape, and come back in a point. Okay. Now this is gonna be his gloves, his hands that are holding here. Now let's turn the paper a little, and we're gonna go down of this pointy part we did, and we're gonna do a line that cross from side to side. Okay, it's gonna look something like this. And now I can draw the beard. So for that, the first thing I'm gonna do is the ears, and underneath the folding part, I'm just gonna trace a C shape. Underneath the folding part, C shape, okay? And should be a space between the hands and the ears. In that space, we're gonna draw 1 and 2 curves. And if you see, the second curve went in a little. Let's do that again. Curve. And we're gonna do one more that goes in a little and connects with the hand. Okay, now in this side, I'm gonna connect this line. I'm gonna cross the folding part, and I wanna connect it with the glove. Just like that. And in this side, I'm gonna try to do the same. Now, in this side, my hand is a little off of this part. So I'm just gonna extend my line a little. Imagine this one passing behind. And now I wanna rotate my paper, and I'm gonna go up here from side to side. See? So if that happens like that to you, we can just extend the line here. But if your line happens to be like this, you just connect with the glove. And there, that's it. We finished this Santa that is coming out of a chimney. And the idea here is that this is the part that you're gonna write your letter to Santa. Now let's check how it looks when we close it. And this is how it looks when we open. I hope you like this lesson, and now my favorite part is coming. Let's color! Okay, little artists, we are done. This is how my picture looks like in the outside. I add a bunch of shadows on the hat and on the chimney. These shadows, I did it with the same color that you use. Just wait until the marker dries, and then we go again underneath, for example, here in the snow or on the hat. And here on the top, I leave a white space, so that makes the hat looks a little shiny. Now let's check how it looks in the inside. And here is Santa. He looks so happy and so ready for you for Christmas. Here is the space where you can actually write your letter. So remember, you can also add some snowflakes coming down, or you can add anything you want on the background to make this letter for Santa super special. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss lessons step by step like this one. See you next time.